Hey YouTube, it's Scott Dunnage Garage. How you doing today? Well, in this week's video, we're going to talk about a product that I've been using for over a year, and I absolutely love it. So stay tuned, and I'll show it to you. So this here is the Devos Outdoor LightRanger rechargeable lantern, and this thing is amazing. The light has three different functions. You have high, which is all four sides. You have medium, which is two sides. And then you have directional, which is just the one beam on it. You also have the ability to adjust the brightness by holding the power button. It'll go from ultra bright down to dim and back up to bright. And on bright, fully charged, these lights last about 4 hours. Now let's talk about the tripods. One of the issues I've had with this light is, believe it or not, the tripod. This is the original tripod by Devos. It is a 3-section tripod, and in its shortest section, fully collapsed, we're at 39.5 inches. Now, in my Jeep, this lives across side to side on the roll bar in the back. But if you have a smaller vehicle, I can see where this could be a problem. But the new Devos LightRanger telescoping light pole is actually a 4-section, and it's shorter when collapsed, but the same length when extended. Now let's look at extending. In its lowest setting, we're 41.5 inches tall. Now this thing is tall. (104.25 inches, so almost 9 feet tall. By the time you put the light on it, you are at 9 feet. Now, one of the advantages to the tripod is it keeps the bugs away from you. You can also get light covers from Devos. They come in red, amber, and orange. These also help with keeping the bugs away from the lights, which keeps your campsite, your campground, your fishing area bug free. And this is just kind of what they look like. Now let's compare charging of the original versus the USB-C. Red is 0 to 33%, yellow is 34 to 66%, green 64 to 95%, and that's blinking green, and solid green is 96 to 100% charged. Now, as you're going to see here, going from red to yellow, the original took 5 minutes, the USB-C took 8. Going from yellow to blinking green took 2 hours and 30 minutes on the original, but it only took 1 hour and 10 minutes on the blinking. And going from blinking to solid took 6 hours 24 minutes, and on the USB-C it took 3 hours 43 minutes. So you can see this USB-C clearly outperformed the original in charging, and that was at 110 on the wall. Both lights were turned on and ran completely dead and then charged. Now we're going to check on runtime. Both of them fully charged. The original ran for 3 hours and 48 minutes, whereas the USB-C ran for 4 hours and 3 minutes. So a little bit longer performance on the USB-C. The clear winner here is in the charge time. Now if you're not worried about that the original, I mean, it's still a good light and it's going to perform well for you. Now let's look at charging. Devos has a 30 watt tri-fold solar panel, and this thing is nice. It gets real compact but opens up fairly decent size. So here's the charging point on the back of the panel. You have two USB outlets and then a USB-C outlet on the other side. Now we're going to check for charging and see how well it does. I just simply set this on the roof of the camper, ran the cord into the light, and ran the charge on it. And as you can see here, I'll tell you on the bottom how long it took to charge. On optimal conditions, this will charge in about 6 hours. I've had it done back in June in direct light. Unfortunately, it was so white and bright out that the video just did not come out. I charged this until it went dark and it wouldn't charge anymore. Then I had to work, so I came back 2 days later and finished the charge, and it did okay. A little longer than I expected here, 13 hours and 5 minutes. But again, this is less than optimal conditions. Under optimal conditions, it's going to charge faster. Also, the thing to realize is, in my year of using this light, I have never ran the battery dead other than when I'm doing tests like this. I only run it for half hour, 20 minutes per night per trip. So the next day I can throw it back out on the charger and top it back off. And I think that's where these solar panels are going to be key and optimal. If you're on a long trip and you're going to be somewhere for quite a while, then yep, just throw it up on top of the camper or set it up at an angle and point it towards the sun, and yeah, you can charge your light in a day. And that is my review of the LightRanger rechargeable lanterns. I love these lights. They're great lights. I have them in my camping gear. I use them for working on the Jeep, working in the garage, the attic, crawl space, and yes, I use them for overlanding too. Again, absolutely love these. If you need a good rechargeable lantern that's going to serve you well, I highly recommend them. And yes, while this is a sponsored video, this is a product that I would spend my own money on. So thanks, Devos, for working with us. Looking forward to working with you in the future. Remember, life's an adventure. Go live it. Have yourself a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video.